challenge arises every summer. Hundreds of thousands of children in our community are left without a source of good, nutritious meals over the summer. In Ohio, 45% of students are eligible for free or reduced price meals during the school year. The Summer Food Service Program is making a difference in the lives of Central Ohio children. Last year in Franklin County, more than 400,000 children received meals over the summer.
This year, Columbus Recreation and Parks Department, along with many smaller providers, are preparing for an even larger number of hungry children. NBC4's Rick Reisel shows us how one summer food program is making a difference in their lives.
Joyce Burt's raising 3 grandchildren in North Clintonville. She says the summer food program is a godsend.
You have to budget cut a lot in these days and times for not only the kids that you're taking care of, other kids.
Throughout the year, Clintonville Beachwald Community Center provides food to families through their pantry, but from June through August, they also serve 500 meals a day, 7 days a week to hungry kids, including the neighborhood where Joyce Burt lives.
In Central Ohio, I don't know if they're starving like we're talking about, third world countries, but they're definitely undernourished and maybe malnourished or getting foods that aren't nutrient-dense foods.
Hungry kids don't care whether it's a small provider like the Clintonville Beachwald Center or larger providers like the Columbus Recreation Center. In the summer, without them, meals are hard to come by. The economy is not just forcing families to feed their kids in the summer food program.
We actually saw groups of daycare centers who were themselves struggling to make ends meet, and so they were bringing virtually all the kids from their daycare facility over to our sites.
Last year, Columbus Recs and Parks fed kids 150,000 breakfasts, 340,000 lunches, and 28,000 snacks at 200 sites. Life Care Alliance says kids' meals need to be balanced with fruits, vegetables, and proteins.
If they don't get those in an active summertime, when it's hot outside, it can really hurt their health situation.
Sometimes you could look at the children's face, or they'll come up and say they're hungry.
In Columbus, Rick Reitzel, NBC4.
And we're here for you. We found out the Summer Food Service Program is available across Ohio. We've created a link on our website. It will take you to a map that can search the site nearest you. Just search summer food. There's also a number you can call to find the sites, but the information won't be available until June 1st, and that number is 855-570-7377. We'll be answering your questions about the Summer Food Program next Wednesday when we host a special Call 4 on the issue, May 23rd. Volunteers from Children's Hunger Alliance will provide information on how you can get those meals.
Neighbors in a once quiet North Side community tell NBC4 they're now living in fear. Police are searching right now for the person who shot and killed 2 people in an apparent shootout at an apartment complex on Tamarack Boulevard. NBC4's Mike Bowersock is live there tonight with more on what neighbors want to see change. Mike?
Good evening, Cabot. This is Tamarack Boulevard, and police are still here. It is still an active scene. The Northland Arms apartments still have the parking lot closed off where people cannot get in or out. No one has been caught in these latest homicides. We do have some updated information. The victims are in their 20s, and now we know that they were found on 2 separate landings, 2 separate floors. Now, the folks who live out here say they are living in fear, that these shootings are happening all the time. And oftentimes they want to talk to us, but they are afraid to talk to us on camera for fear of retaliation. But it's important to hear what they have to say.
A shooting took place in the apartment behind us. As I said, this area specifically is infested, and it's just very dangerous, and we live in fear over here daily. And I can't believe that the mayor would allow this based on the fact that there is a senior citizens building right over there. Somebody needs to come out here and do something.
We spoke to the mayor's office today. We have some updated information. The mayor's office says that this neighborhood, where I'm standing right now, where these crimes have happened, is a candidate for neighborhood safety cameras. They were looking into this before these shootings today. We're going to be looking more into this, of course, in the next few days ahead. They have used these cameras in other neighborhoods on the west side, for example, on some parks, and they have actually seen crime come down. We are live in Columbus. I'm Mike Bauer, SOC NBC4.
See if that adds to the momentum out there for those cameras. Thank you, Mike. Pataskala police are investigating a deadly accident on East Broad Street, east of Mink Street. Police say that 64-year-old Marilyn McPeak was killed when her car hit a dump truck this morning. The dump truck driver says McPeak was slumped over the steering wheel before the crash. That leads police to say this accident may have been caused by a medical issue. It's a big gamble for the state, and it all starts in just a few hours. The first of 4 casinos opens its doors up in Cleveland.
Voters approved the measure back in 2009. Construction began soon after that. Cleveland's Horseshoe Casino is in an historic department store.
That's right. Our Ted Hart is live in Cleveland tonight with more on the preparations for the big opening, and this is right downtown, Ted.
Right in the middle of downtown, you're right, Cab. The Horseshoe Casino had a Facebook contest here, and they gave away 1,200 wristbands to people who won that contest, and that'll allow those folks to be among the first to get into the casino this evening. They'll line up at this back door here, and they'll be allowed in at 9:30 when the doors open to the public. First up in here, though, is a VIP party at 7:30, and then the grand opening ceremony. Now, this has been 2.5 years in the making, and being located in the heart of downtown makes this a bit unusual for the gaming industry, but Rock, Ohio Caesars says it likes being connected to everything else in downtown Cleveland, and they want their visitors to explore beyond the casino. The Horseshoe Casino has about 1,600 employees, many of whom have no prior casino experience, so this really is a big night.
Our team members are anxious, they're excited, a little bit of nerves, so we're hoping the nerves will get flushed out. And, you know, we've always told them to focus on upbeat and positive attitude, positive disposition, smiles, be very deliberate, be very accurate, and the speed will come. And so we feel very good about where we are right now.
So there is a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of excitement here in Cleveland for the opening, hoping that this casino will lift tourism and entertainment spending here in the city. Live in downtown Cleveland, Ted Hart, NBC4.
Thanks, Ted. Construction is moving right along at the Columbus Casino, and we can tell you they are hiring. They've got more than 60 jobs listed right now on their site, everything from dealer to technical support. We're here for you with an easy way to find jobs. Just go to NBC4i.com and search casino jobs. And stay with NBC4 for continuing coverage of Ohio's big gamble as Columbus prepares for its casino opening. We will continue to bring you updates on NBC4 and NBC4i.com.
Investigators are still looking for what caused the fire that ruined Mother's Day for people living at Cambridge Apartments on Cleveland Avenue in Columbus. We still don't know the identity of the man that was killed inside one of those apartments. The fire happened around 5:30 yesterday evening. Candace Lee was there today as residents returned to pack up and leave. Candace?
Cabot, fire investigators do know that the fire started in a bedroom of apartment 8A on the first floor. What is unknown is where 75 residents will go, since many units are covered in soot, smoke, and fire.
A line formed outside the Cambridge Apartments today. One by one, security led families inside to retrieve what's left of their belongings.
Waiting on the Red Cross to see if they can put me up in housing or something, because I don't have anything.
This was Kishana Hensley's first apartment. Now the 20-year-old must move.
My apartment was all right. Just the rest of the hallways is just black, can't see nothing.
Jacqueline Johnson returned for her few belongings, including this drum set. She lived across the hall from apartment 8A, ground zero for the 3-alarm blaze that killed one man.
We heard somebody hollering, help, help, in the hallway. So I opened the door, and there's a guy in the hall hollering, help, help. So we go over and I look in his apartment and all this smoke's coming out.
The Columbus Division of Fire tells us that when they arrived on the scene, the smoke detectors were working. Now, we did some digging into some possible code violations here at Cambridge Apartments, but we didn't find that much. They were cited in 2010 for working without a permit, and there was also a call about bed bugs and hanging gutters.
The Red Cross is helping residents move on, and they're hitting the phones to find them new homes.
We've already heard from several apartment complexes saying we have 20 openings, we'll work with you. So people in Columbus, they come through.
In Columbus, Candace Lee, NBC4.
Up next, a man convicted of killing a state trooper with his car headed to prison for another crime.
Later, how a local park is making a difference in the lives of 6 children and how you can get involved.
Here's a look now at the stories that are trending on NBC4i.com this evening. A Westerville man will spend the next 30 months in prison for driving while he was under a lifetime suspension of his driver's license. 43-year-old David Dye's license was suspended for life after he hit and killed an Ohio State trooper while driving drunk in 2001. Officers found a cup of lemonade and vodka in Dye's car when he was pulled over last November. Dye has 5 drunk driving convictions dating back to 1987.
Making a difference in the community by raising money for children who are sick and trying to live a normal life. Glacier Ridge Metro Park hosts a fly-a-thon to benefit Flying Horse Farms, a camp for kids with serious illnesses just north of Columbus. The Fly-a-thon is a day of running and biking for kids ages 7 through 17. 8-year-old Jeremiah Reagan is planning on taking part. His younger brother Isaac had a brain tumor 2 years ago.
I want other kids to feel better, like Isaac at home. See right there? He had a brain tumor, so I had to put stitches in his neck.
Isaac, we're happy to report, is cancer-free now. 50 children signed up for the event so far. And if you want more information on the event, log on to NBC4i.com and search Fly. You can register through May 21st. The Fly-a-thon is on June 3rd at the park in Plain City.
Just don't leave stuff in your car. It's like a shopping mall for a criminal.
Next, neighbors battling crime are making a difference in a central Ohio village. How they are working to get you involved, and that's next. And Jim.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here? No bad storms anywhere around us again today.
Was it good luck for the opening of the first casino here in Ohio? We will take a look back beginning at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Then at 5:45, we're giving away tickets to see Carrie Underwood. You don't want to miss that opportunity.
And how about our Tuesday deals? That's at 6:25 on Tuesday.
We're talking about a free tote for you ladies out there, so make sure to check in on that and much more on NBC4 Today. We start at 4:26.
Said, how can we help you? What can we do to be eyes and ears for the police? And that made all the difference in the world.
They are making a difference in hoping to take back their streets. Many consider German Village a great place to live, shop, and play, but people there have also seen their share of problems. Tonight, Marcus Thorpe shows you a community coming together to make a difference and how they're making it easier for you to get involved as well.
People have their take on German Village.
I love it. I think it's beautiful. I feel like I'm on vacation when I'm here.
But crime-free, they are not.
And we tell people, you know, be proactive. For instance, don't leave stuff in your car. It's like a shopping mall for a criminal.
For years, German Village hosted monthly afternoon meetings with police. They've really worked.
I went to a meeting, and there's all these cops there, and I go, this is my deal, and then they like went, oh, we can take care of that. But I was there, I put a face on it, and even that way it really helps as well.
If you know German Village, you certainly know Katzingers, but the owner tells me they were dealing with something pretty severe here for a while. Someone getting into their parking lot, targeting some of the customers' cars and breaking out the windows, stealing what was inside. But it was thanks to those monthly meetings and having the ear of police that the owner knew she could reach out and get something done immediately.
They were amazing. They were so active about it, and they had all these great strategies, and they came in, they implemented them, and bam, 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 and it was gone.
But Jerry Glick realized many people were missing those afternoon meetings.
We said, I would love to come to that, but I'm just not free at lunchtime for a specific hour.
Jerry hopes many more come out for an evening session this week and are ready to be partners with the police.
And how can we help you? What can we do to be eyes and ears for the police? And that made all the difference in the world.
They've had a big push for community involvement here and want more to get involved in the community they love and the community they live.
They're so involved in the community. They understand it's theirs, and they're very protective of it, and they always wanted to do the best things for it.
In German Village, Marcus Thorpe, NBC4.
Now, that evening meeting is set for Wednesday at 7 p.m. It will be in Fest Hall at the German Village Meeting House on 588 South 3rd Street. They hope for a big enough turnout to schedule more evening sessions.
Coming up tonight on NBC4 at 11, it's cheap, easy to get, and dangerous. Black tar heroin, no longer a drug only used by hardcore addicts. The surprising Central Ohio suburb where it's turning up, and how police are working together to keep heroin out of your teenagers' hands.
May can be a volatile weather month, and that's why we teamed up with Kroger to offer severe weather alert radios. Now, we're also here for you to help program those radios. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Jim Ganal and our staff will be at the Kroger on West Sycamore Street in Columbus from 5 to 7 on Wednesday.
Jim Ganal joining us now, and we hope that we don't have to use those weather alert radios this week.
It's amazing. This is usually a very dangerous month. Like April, there have only been 13 tornadoes in the whole country this month, and we're halfway through it.
Yep.
Some years we've had 550 or more.
And you don't see them kicking up anywhere
Not at
either,
all.
do you?
Let's just keep it right there. That's
all
very
this
nice.
week too. So if you're going outside this evening, very, very nice, 67 degrees. The sun sets at about 8:37 or so. We only get about 8 hours of total darkness this time of the year. We'll be 52 degrees when you wake up tomorrow morning. Gotta love that Christmas. On the crop report, 95% of the soils are listed adequate or wet still in the state. But looky here, 84% of the corn crop's been planted. Last year it was 6. Half the beans are in. Last year was 2, and the oats are already up and growing, so are in fine shape here. Corn crop should be done by next week. 73 degrees outside. High today was 74. Low temperature this morning was 54. Other temperatures perfectly comfortable in central Ohio today. Out to the west of us, it's just a touch warmer, about 80 degrees in Illinois. That air is headed in our direction for the last half of the week. This is the system that gave us our clouds this morning, but you notice the skies are clearing now. Behind that, the next cold front's still in Canada, but it will impact us Wednesday about noon. Tuesday at noon, sunshine all day long. Here comes the front at the end of the day, off to the north and west of us, starting out at midnight Wednesday morning. It arrives in central Ohio, maybe a few showers as it passes through here, more in the late afternoon in the southeastern part of the state, and that's going to be it for most of the week. Your overnight low temperature, 52 degrees, sparkling stars, and a crisp night. High tomorrow, perfect at 79, almost swimming pool weather. Actually, we do get swimming pool weather by the weekend with highs in the low to mid 80s. Isn't this a great spring so far?
Fabulous. Thanks, Jim.
Well, you gotta love Ostrander's own Benny Curtis coming on and finishing second yesterday.
10th on the money list.
He'll be in a great field that's getting better and better by the day for the Memorial.
You get this, Ben Curtis 10th on the money list. Right behind him, Tiger Woods. Yeah, pretty impressive. Yeah, and expect ticket sales for the Memorial to pick up some steam this week. Today, Tiger Woods committed to playing in an event he considers one of his favorite on tour. And it makes sense. Tiger has won the tourney 4 times, the last time coming in 2009. He has never missed the cut at Muirfield, but he may challenge that with the way he's played of late. He missed last year's tourney, of course, due to injury. Now, also committing today, Bill Haas, Jason Day, and Matt Kuchar, who won the Players' Championship yesterday. They all join a field that already includes Rory McIlroy, Phil Mickelson, Bubba Watson, and Ricky Fowler. Well, in an offseason sure to be unstable, the Jackets gave its fans and players a bit of stability today, formally taking the interim tag off of Todd Richards and making him the team's next head coach. Richards did yeoman's work in guiding the Jackets in the last 41 games after Scott Arniel was fired, led the team to an 18-21-2 record. More importantly, though, the Jackets won 11 of its last 19 games, and under Richards, the team was a perfect 14-0 when leading after 2 periods. His hire won't cure all of the Jackets' problems, but having a head coach the players already know and trust is a good start.
We want to go to training camp as fast as possible and be, running when game 1 starts. So I think we're ahead of the ball with, having a coach that we had 40 games with already. What to expect from us, and he knows what to expect from. So, I think it's a good thing. I think again, it's helps with our mental makeup going into the summer.
The Buckeyes and Blue Devils will do battle once again on the hardwood. The Big Ten ACC Challenge matchups announced, and on Wednesday, November 28th, OSU and Duke will play in Durham. It'll be a rematch of the 85-63 blowout win by the Bucks last November. Other enticing matchups include North Carolina at Indiana, NC State at Michigan, and Michigan State at Miami. And finally, the Clippers' 6-game losing streak is over. Clippers taking on Pawtucket, and this swing from Matt Laporta, the difference. A 3-run homer in the 6th inning, his 10th homer already. Clippers get the win 5-1. The Indians are in Minnesota tonight, and the Reds are in Atlanta.
All right. Thanks a lot, Matt.
Back with the last look at your forecast coming up next.
If you're a Time Warner Digital cable subscriber, you can watch NBC4 at 6 from the beginning. Press Select right now on your remote and select Start Over.
All right, Jim. Weather coming up this weekend. I know there's a huge run here in town.
Pullman Race for the Cure. Is that Saturday morning?
Yep.
Yes.
It should be comfortable and dry on Saturday morning, warming to 82 in the afternoon. Of course, we got, as always, the New Albany Founders Day Parade at 11 o'clock. I guess you did MC for me one time.
Yeah, one time, and then you were back the next year. Apparently, it wasn't that good.
You're too busy, so they go to the second string.
He had a
all the
lot
time.
to live up to, Jim.
I just fell a bit shy, apparently. That's okay.
Have a good night, everyone.
We'll see you tonight at 11 o'clock.
Have you been there, Matt?
Matt,
I have not.
You've not had a chance yet?
I'll MC another year if they want me to.
We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.